Okay, guys, so I'm going to share a little video with you. I'm at the shop now doing a little bit of work, and I came across this video, and I thought it was interesting. But it is the things that if I ever cover anything outside of fiction machines, it has to do with things that just bug me because I do care about the people in this country. I do care about young black kids in this country, along with others, but particularly because I see what's being done. The brainwashing is being done, and I don't want my kids to soak it up. I'll be perfectly honest with you. So if I'm going to speak up against it, they're going to know where I stand, and they'll be able to look at my previous videos if I'm not here anymore, and they'll see the things that I say. So just understand where I'm coming from with these, why I share these videos with you guys. But I'm going to play this here, and you're going to see why it irritates me. Okay, you'll see in a second. All right,
take a look.
This is America.
Catholic
and the problem is we're not dealing with America's original sin and its disease of hate and racism towards black and brown people and sexism towards women and anti-LGBTQ sentiment. We are not dealing with that. Your colleagues in the Republican Party do not hold each other accountable when it comes to the racism that comes from the party on a consistent basis.
Congressman, I mean, where are you on?
You can't be calm about this. I'm a black man in America. The reason why heart disease...
I'm white, I can't comment.
Listen to what I'm saying. The reason why heart disease and cancer and obesity and diabetes are bigger in the black community is because of the stress we carry from having to deal with being called the N-word directly or indirectly every day. If your colleagues would listen and try to learn and engage and grow and stop being so hateful, we could have a better country.
Jamal.
But unfortunately, we're still here.
Jamal, I didn't realize you could indirectly...
All right, I'll give credit to this young man. He's covering this on his own, and he has his own things he wants to say, and that's fine. Look, man, you probably already know where I stand on some of this stuff if you've watched any of my content, okay? And look, direct, what do you call that? Intentionally or not, I'm not sure what this guy's motive is. He probably believed the stuff he says, okay? He probably have no ill will towards black people in America. And he's probably paid to continue to spew whatever he spews. You have to consider all those things. Regardless of why he did it, regardless of his motivation, is what he's saying going to help black people move forward? Or America in general? Is anything he's saying going to help anyone move forward? I'll give you an example, all right? So he's saying that as long as America don't deal with the racism, black, whatever, the historical, etc. What do you mean that America haven't dealt with it? What are you talking about? What do you mean America haven't talked about it? What do you mean that we haven't been, this hasn't been shoved in our faces and our heads and crammed into us from movies and music and interviews and The Views and the CNNs and the MSNBCs and every church, and I'm not every church, because a lot of churches are fighting back on this nonsense, because you're not giving people, you're not making that person accountable for their own thoughts. You're telling them that these people over here has to change the way they think in order for you to feel better about yourself, in order for you to eat healthier, in order for you to value education or value your parents or value traditions. Those people have to change. So let's use a sports analogy here if this can work. Let's say, for example, that and I've used this analogy somewhat, but you have a team that is trying to find out what it takes for them to succeed and for them to win the next game. Okay? And the coaches and all the assistant coaches and everyone that's involved with communicating the message to the team is telling them that if the other team, right, and if the audience, okay, stop doing this and stop saying these things and stop blocking, and if they can lower their standards and if they can do all this stuff, you will be better. You don't need to improve. You guys don't need to get yourself together. They need to change. Now tell me, how's that going to help your team? Okay? You understand? So let's say, for example, the team didn't have black people on the team in the 50s. Now they do. But the coach keeps saying, don't forget, man, don't forget, they never used to have us play this game, and we never used to be a part of this game. And it said, what does that have to do with winning today, bro? What does that have to do with winning today? And right now, I'm trying to win this game, and you're telling me that the other team have to change the way they play the game in order for us to win. That's weak. That's weak. And if they don't call you these fancy names, then you'll be better, and then you'll be stronger, and you'll be able to lift more weights, and you'll stop eating candy. You'll stop eating all the crap that your neighborhood give you. Oh, well, it's because the neighborhood food is available. Really? Are you kidding me? I grew up in the Bronx, bro. I grew up in the South Bronx. Okay? Don't tell me that the only food that's available, who you think you're talking to? The only food that's available is crappy junk food. You don't have a Chinese place that have vegetables all over the place. You don't have Indian stores that's selling their traditional food. You don't have bodegas that not only do they have like the beers and the sodas, but as soon as you walk in, there's platanos, and there's there potatoes, and there's all kind of stuff available that people can just buy. Don't tell me that nonsense, bro. Who you talking to, man? And he's from New York, and he knows this, okay? But they keep spewing this stuff because people believe it. People buy into it. Think about it. We've been conditioned since we were yay big, okay, to see ourselves a certain way. Our music got changed. The messages in our music got changed. Now, as for who did it, I don't know. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I know the thought pattern that changed it. The people may go in and out of the thought pattern. People go in and out of it. Okay, I'll give you an example. People wanted cheap labor in the past. Okay? Right? And they said, no, we can't do this anymore. Well, what's going to happen to my crops? What's going to happen to my how are we going to make money if we can't have slaves?
Our vegetables would rot in the ground if they weren't being picked by many immigrants, many illegal immigrants.
Right? This happened in the Caribbean, it happened in Brazil, it happened in America. So this is not a unique thing to America. You got me, guys? It's not unique to America, okay? They were brutal in the Caribbean, all right? Brutal. So when you guys talk about, well, the slaves, talk to somebody from Brazil about the history of Brazil. Talk to someone from Jamaica, talk to someone from Antigua, from Guyana. You talk to those people who also had slavery, okay? Don't be in love with your slavery so much that you feel that, no, this is unique to us. Because it'll mess you up. It'll have you constantly living there and feeling like it's happening to you today. And these guys will use that to trigger you every second, okay? Every second. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna have to find a way to get past this kind of thinking. You stop listening to these people, man, because they're listen. When it comes to old folks, in general, whoever's permafrost is permafrost. My old distributor used to tell me that, man. This guy's permafrost. That means he's stuck in his ways and he's not gonna change. Okay, and it's hard to do anything with people who are permafrost. All right, they've been told their entire life that you listen to the news tells you the truth, and white people are evil and all this other nonsense. Okay, while they work for these guys, while they have friends at work, while they have neighbors and all this other things, at the same time in the back of your brain you're still saying, like, it's like, come on, man, enough is enough with this stuff. But for me now, it's more efficiency. It's not efficient for me to walk around with thoughts like that. Okay, it's not going to help me. It's not going to help my kids. It's not going to help my wife. It's not going to help my family. Okay, it is not efficient, because all it does is rob you of your ability to stand up and say, you know what, I need to fix this. I need to find someone who can help me fix this. I need to change the way I'm looking at this. I need to train more. I need to study more. I need to find out more about this, because that's the only solution that can actually help you, man. Okay? Not hoping people stop thinking and acting a certain way and blaming your disease for ill health on a word If the N-word, let's say, was magic in and of itself, take it out the rap music, take it out the songs, because that means it's affecting you and you're digesting it in a way that's easily consumed. You're being told that your women are nothing and the men needs to die and the women are bees and all this other stuff, and then the girls are going on and they're talking about their poom poom and all this other stuff, and they're telling young ladies this is how you need to behave. That's dangerous. That is hurting you folks, okay? Not white folks. And the white people who are hurting you are the ones that are telling you that you don't need to be responsible for your own actions, because white people need to apologize for the past. What the hell are you talking about, man? How does that help me today? Okay? Are you gonna fund my business or something? Are you gonna? What are you doing? What does that have to do with today? How does that help me win the game today? That's my thinking. Okay? You want to have something against white people for the rest of your life? Go ahead. But what is that going to do for you? You don't have to change. How's this? You don't even have to change the way you see people. That's fine. Okay? You can have all the hate you want, right? I know that it'll affect the way you communicate, because I know if I have that hate in here, my white customers, who are probably 40 to 50% of my business, and the Hispanic customers are another 30-something%, and then maybe black people fill out the rest. Okay? So for me, if I had that hate, how do I communicate with these people honestly? Think about that. And think about you when you're going to apply for a job. And think about you when you're working with people. Think about you when it's time for you to go sit down in front of a bank. How do you think that stuff comes out of your pores, man? What are you teaching those people? There's people like this and people on The View and all this stuff. Those people are dangerous, bro. They are not good for black folks, okay? They're not good for white people either, because you can't carry this kind of guilt for the rest of your life, thinking that it's okay for someone to blame you for the actions of other people, okay? And then you say that you're surviving today because of what they did. Okay, all right, okay. Look, how's this one? And I'll end here, okay? Because this clown who got off from pulling a fire drill.
He thought pulling the alarm would open a door based on the fact that the doors to his right there were locked, and there was a sign that he said he was, I think someone said it was confusing. I'll be honest, it doesn't really make sense to me, his explanation. Have you talked to him? What's going on there?
I mean, listen, I think if you actually do see some of the photos of the signs, I think there's something to be said about the government's about to shut down. There's a vote clock that's going down. The exits that are normally open in that building were suddenly closed.
So you pulled the fire alarm?
So,
okay, he got off in America being black. Yes, he got off, but I'm my opinion, he got up because of the position he's in and his connections and blah 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 blah. But being black had nothing to do with it, honestly. But he's also spewing that being black will cause you to while he being black got off on pulling, because then he wanted, being a former teacher that he was, acting like he don't know what a fire. Come on, man. You think we're stupid? Anyway, I'm almost done. I'm almost done, man. I had a point that I was going to bring up. I can't remember. I got caught. He pissed me off, man. But anyone who's listening to this, if you can hear it, man, I'm supposed to be working on my stuff. These are the kind of things that irritate me. The reason why I put these videos out, in between my little, sometimes I mix them into my stuff, and I know guys, he's like, man, I came on to see you fix this. The shampoo, you're talking about this other thing, because it really does. Because when you have children and you see this stuff infecting your kids, if you don't say nothing about it, okay, if my kids have kids, which I hope they do, they can actually watch my video and you can see, hey, if I'm not around, I hope to be, hey, this is what your great grandpa or your grandpa thought about. This was really what he thought, and this is why I feel this way. And this is why I don't want you walking around adopting some gangster kind of personality that is not your own, that you picked up from someplace else because it's not profiting you. I want him to have a little bit of a support coming from me to let them know that that's not the way. Someone's making money off of you, but you're not profiting from this thing. You're just taking yourself into a deep pit, okay? And these guys are helping you. They're ushering you down the pit. They're doing this, okay? And it's tapping on your shoulder and whispering in your ear and telling you, don't you feel bad? Isn't it bad to be black in America? Don't you know that you're being discriminated against? Don't you know they won't let you accomplish anything? Don't you know? And then people start believing this crap, man. And they stop studying and they stop expecting the best, and the parents don't expect the best out of their kids. Okay? You know, I'm proud, man. My son is, both of my boys are intensely, they're very intelligent kids. Doesn't mean they don't have attitude problems. Sometimes I got to deal with their teenagers, but these guys are top of their class, man. Okay? I just looked at the transcript, and I have to give a lot of credit to my wife because she's hardcore, man. She's from Guyana and have that education is like, oh man, you better get on top of your education. But then we also want to be wise and know how to think and know how to process, not just know how to do math and science, bro, but know how to process the world and know when you're being conned, okay? Know when someone is playing you. Know when they're trying to dip with your emotions and trying to get you to feel something that you never even experienced. None of these guys live until they experience slavery. Are you kidding me? There are people in the world that's going through slavery right now, but these guys haven't. Okay? But they're telling you like this, and they're making it, and they're on television, bro, and they're making millions, telling you that black people can't make it in America. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Enough of this crap. Enough of this. Let's win. And if we're going to win as a country, we need all of us. Okay? All of us. White, black, Asian, Hispanic, everybody. We need all of us on the program succeeding. Okay? All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Maybe the point I was going to make, I'll bring it back some other time. But that one slipped away from me, man. That one slipped away from me. This I thought I had something good to share with you, but this cat, I can't stand listening to these guys, man. But I have to listen to them because I have to know what stupidness they're talking about. Okay, and then I have my rebuttal. I'll talk to you later. Bye.